We bought 10 acres of property about 2 hours north of Toronto in Halliburton. And the idea was, I mean, I grew up in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and I grew up fishing. I grew up, privileged. I mean, my grandparents had a cottage. They weren't rich, but they weren't poor. And I just realized how peaceful it is up there. And new Muslims sometimes have to get away. I think that, with social media, smartphones, the rat race, getting away and reconnecting with nature is a really important thing. It's very therapeutic. So taking new Muslims up there and allowing them to have a weekend away, it really recharges your iman. I mean, we pray there, of course. If it's Ramadan, we're up there, we're fasting. But we're also contributing. We're taking down trees, but not unnecessarily. But we're doing activities that allow us all to feel a part of something bigger than ourselves. So having a camping and fishing retreat and allowing families to come up there and benefit, I think also shows the great Canadian culture that we can all agree on is very beneficial for all of us. I mean, I know a lot of Arabs call it the green desert, and mashallah, you'll see by the video, it's very beautiful, but it's also very peaceful to be up there. So the vision was to have people a place to get away, but also appreciate. And it's very simple. We're also going up there with not all the luxuries. We have some of them, but they're not to the level that we have in the city. But at the same time, I'm telling you, when you look at the sky and you see it filled with stars, I know you can see that sometimes in the Middle East, in the middle of the desert, but up north is the only place you can see the sky on that level. And I mean, it lights up the millions of stars everywhere. It's just so beautiful and it's so peaceful to be there. The new project we're working on right now is to build a 3,000 square foot walkout basement bungalow. And the idea behind it is it's going to act as a group home. It's going to act as a place that we can go up and also rent to other organizations and allow organizations such as CAMD or Deen Support Services, Muslims with Disability, to go up there and have a picnic and an overnight, and allow organizations that can't afford to rent it from us to utilize it so they can go up and integrate with the great Canadian North. Now, the project is going to be taking us probably 1 to 5 years to complete with a total cost of about $850,000 US. But when it's complete, it'll be utilized for the whole community and also be used to create a little bit of income, almost act as a waqf that we can rent out to people who are more affluent, who can afford to pay us for a week or a weekend, a getaway, in order to cover the costs of running the operation here and in the city. If you're listening to this and you're wondering why you should support us versus anything else going on in the world, first, I don't want to take anybody watching this away from supporting good causes. May Allah reward you for everything you're doing. The reason why I see such value in what we're doing in North America is, if you look at the world today, especially in North America, even the G7 countries, they have such an influence on what's going on in the world. So although helping in Africa and Asia, it's really, really important for you to do, I see supporting organizations like us in North America have an indirect value to you in the country that you're watching from, because we have a lot of influence on what goes on in the world. So we're sort of the first line of defense, if you will. So I believe your money's well spent because you're actually indirectly helping influence us on the ground. It allows us to have a positive impact on the rest of society here that indirectly will affect the rest of the world in a way that will serve our purpose, which is to give a good message of Islam.